I take some 240 pills per week, and I get a monthly injection called a H-Big, which actually keeps me alive.
I have primary biliary cirrhosis. It's an autoimmune liver disease. It's a slow destruction of the bile ducts in the liver.
I was in Vietnam as a war correspondent and contracted hepatitis.
When I was diagnosed, it was a total shock because I went in for something else.
My doctor gave me 5 years to live. I then went to a specialist in Pasadena named Myron Tong, who put me on some experimental drugs which were on the cutting edge, I was told later. And I went into remission for 12 years.
I looked it up on the internet to find that there's no cure.
And on May 2nd, 1997, I was over in Santa Monica Hospital and went into a 3.5-week near-death coma.
I was in shock. I was in shock for 3 months.
And within 2 days, I received a liver transplant from an 11-year-old boy who had drowned swimming in Oxnard.
There's 18,000 in the United States waiting for a transplant and a little over 5,000 a year available. All that difference in between are basically deaths.
It was very dramatic to me in this gathering this morning as the doctors explained the experiments that they've been doing, and some of the areas still are in research, but some of the things that have been accomplished, it's astounding.
Embryonic stem cells have the potential to improve treatment options for patients who require a liver transplant. And what we believe is that ultimately these cells could be unlimited.
We can convert these stem cells into liver cells in a dish first, and then once they're safely made into liver cells, then we can transplant those into the body.
We may be able to engineer them in such a way that people would not need immune-suppressing medications, which would eliminate those other risks that I mentioned.
I think it's part of the government's responsibility to help cure the people.
My poor church is going to be so upset when I agree with stem cell research.
Currently, there's 88,000 people in the United States on waiting lists for organ donation. And even to take the World Trade Center, as horrible as it was, 3,200 people died. And it all happened in one day. We're talking 88,000 people waiting to die right now, and the government's attention to it isn't nearly as great.